Okay, Jacob, you got sort of the spirit of everything, most stuff in place, but nothing really sort of fits right. Everything kind of is a little bit janky, and none of your curves feel really fluid. All your curves really feel um, jagged. They don't feel smooth, um, right? It's like, see how this is just like hard, and you have way too many. You don't need this many anchor points. When you lose some anchor points, then your curves will smooth them up. Um, but all throughout this, you just have way too much, um, way too much. Yeah, you see how that just smooths it up a lot. But you have just too many anchor points, and then so everything is kind of a little bit all over the place. And it doesn't make for a nice even path. It just makes it for like this really weird staccato-y path. Also, you have little stuff like this, right? This is just sloppy, like how this stuff doesn't match up and fit in, right? Um, so all that stuff you need to fix because um, that's just easy to fix. That's easy to see that there's something wrong with it. And let me just show you two quick ways to make sure that everything syncs up the way that it does. The first is to use the shape or the Pathfinder tool. So if I wanted to create a shadow on this, what I could do is make two copies of the object, select both of them, and then hit this button, minus back, and that makes a perfect cutout shape. So I don't have to worry about this edge because we're basically using the previous shape to create this edge. So that's one really easy way to do it. The other way is to use a clipping path. So if I wanted to do something a little crazier like this, I could take this object, copy it, paste it in front, and then jump it up to the top, select those two, and create a compound path. That shortcut was Command 7, or you could go over here. Sorry, Command 8. No, Command 7 because we're making a clipping path. Excuse me. Um, and then, right, now you can edit this however you want, and basically this shape is clipped to this shape. And the way it looks over in the layers is like this. So you have this clipping path, and then you have that object. And now you have a really nice editable shape, and everything syncs up around the edges, and you don't have to worry about it. This version, when you do something like this, it's great because it's like really easy to manage. But if you were to change the underlying shape to suppose something like this, um, then it really becomes harder to edit this. You almost have to delete it, go through the whole process again of recreating, and then do it like that. That's kind of the downside for this one. Whereas here, if I wanted to, if I changed this, I could just do that. So that's really like the two ways, the most efficient ways to deal with stuff like this. And then just your paths, like you're using way too many points, and you have these weird dips in here that don't make any sense. The trick with the pen tool really is to use as little amount of paths as possible, or little amount of points as possible. So, um, try to minimize the number, only use points where it makes sense, and then when you do that, you'll get really nice even lines that don't have sort of all this nasty jaggedness.